Hi guys, Sarah here, your favorite signing agent, with a video for the newbies. For those who think they're saying too much at the table or think that their signings are taking too long, I'm going to go through how I explain my documents. Um, I tend to keep it simple. I believe that an informed signer is the best signer. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I always give them a copy of their documents. It's always in something like this with my card. And I always say, here's a copy of the documents for your records. In case you need a late night read, that'll definitely help you get to sleep. And then I'll go ahead and I always have the Patriot Act form at the top. That way I can get all of the IDs. This page is notarized, or at least I notarize this page. And I normally like to get driver's license and passport or social security card as a form of ID. So let's get started. Here is your closing disclosure. This goes over your loan amount, your awesome interest rate, monthly principal and interest. Further down, you'll see your estimated monthly payment, your closing costs, and what you'll receive at closing. You'll look through the rest of the document. You'll sign a date on the tab page to acknowledge. You'll sign your name as it's written. Today's date is January 26, 2022. We have to write the full 4-digit year. And you'll sign a date to acknowledge. Here is your settlement agreement. This is a breakdown of all the numbers you just signed off on. You'll look through the rest of the document, sign a date to acknowledge. Agreement regarding disbursement of funds. You will be receiving funds at closing, so you'll choose how you would like to receive those funds and sign a date to acknowledge. Here is your note. This goes over your loan amount, your lender, prepayment terms, etc. You'll look through the rest of the document. On the tab page, you assign to acknowledge. Deed of trust. As you can see, your name is on the deed. You can look through the rest of the document. On the tab page, you assign a date to acknowledge, and then I'll notarize at the bottom. VA loan assumption policy rider, just stating that the VA will back the loan. You'll go ahead and look through the rest of the document, sign a date to acknowledge. Here is your amortization schedule. This goes over the next 360 glorious payments until 2052. You'll look through the rest of the document, sign a date on the tab page to acknowledge. Initial escrow account disclosure statement. This goes over your escrow payments. You will look through the document, sign a date to acknowledge. First payment letter. Your first payment will not be due until September 1st. This is a breakdown of your payment and your loan terms. You'll look through the rest of the document, sign a date to acknowledge. You also have 2 coupons in case you want to do a mail-in payment. It goes over your mortgage amount, also late fee if it applies, and where to send your payment. And you also have paperwork to show you how to sign up for autopay. Notice the right to cancel. You have 3 business days from the day to cancel. That'll be midnight, January 29th. But just for today, we're going to sign a date only the bottom. It's 2 of the same page that requires your signature. Uniform loan application. And this is all the information they gather from you either on the phone or online. I just need you to confirm that your social and your date of birth is correct. Now, for certain loan applications, if they're applying for joint credit, that means it's going to be 2 borrowers. They both have to initial here. If not, if it's only one individual credit, they'll just have to verify their social and their date of birth, and they'll go ahead, sign and date the tab page to acknowledge. This is the HUD VA addendum to your loan application. This goes over your veteran status and your loan terms. You'll look through the rest of the document. I need you to sign and date here and sign and date there to acknowledge. Affidavit of occupancy, just stating that this is your primary residence and you apply for a refinance only. You can look through the rest of the document, sign and date to acknowledge. And then that's when you'll do your notarization. Signature name affidavit. Your lender will test this signature against the rest of the signatures in the document to ensure it's indeed yours. So you'll go ahead and sign and date for me, and that's when I'll go ahead and notarize the bottom. Notice of furnishing negative information. If you have multiple late payments or default on this loan, your lender will report that negative activity to the 3 credit bureaus. Sign and date to acknowledge. Flood hazard determination. It has been determined that you are not located in a special flood hazard area. You'll go ahead, sign and date to acknowledge. Compliance agreement. Just stating you will comply with the repayment terms of your loan as well as any quality assurance attempts. You'll go ahead and date here, sign and date for me, and that's when I'll notarize the bottom. Bar certification and authorization, just certifying that you applied for a loan with PennyMac and authorize the release of any information needed to execute the loan, such as tax information, social, taxes, etc. And you'll go ahead and sign and date to acknowledge. Equal Credit Opportunity Act notice, just letting you know that your lender, PennyMac, is an equal credit opportunity lender. You can look through the rest of the document, sign and date to acknowledge. Hazard insurance authorization and requirements. This goes over the requirements for your homeowner's insurance. You'll look through the rest of the document, sign and date to acknowledge. Departments of Veteran Affairs report and certification of loan disbursement. Just letting you know that your loan will be automatically dispersed. What I would need for you is to go ahead and initial here, date, and sign for me. This is the VA Veterans Affairs Debt Questionnaire. You'll read the questions and answer them, and then you'll sign and date to certify. Borrower's consent to use tax return information. This gives your lender permission to use your tax return to execute the loan. Read through the document, sign and date to acknowledge. 4506C form. This gives your lender permission to pull these 3 years of your tax transcript. You will select this box here to give them permission, sign and date to acknowledge. 4506T form. This again gives your lender permission to pull these 3 years of your tax transcripts. You will select here to give them permission, sign and date to acknowledge. W-9 form. This is to confirm that this is your social. If so, you'll go ahead and sign and date to acknowledge. VA rate reduction certification. What your lender has done is compared your previous loan against this proposed loan so you can see the benefit. You'll look through the document, sign and date to acknowledge. Andrew M. Adams is the attorney that your lender is using for this closing. This is his engagement letter introducing himself and his role in the closing process. You can look through the rest of the document, sign to acknowledge. Limited power of attorney. This goes over Mr. Adams' powers and limitations as the real estate attorney. You'll date here with today's date, sign to acknowledge. And this is here where we'll go ahead and notarize. Affidavit in lieu of survey, just basically stating that your home is in the same structural condition as it was when you applied for the loan. There's no no pending construction going on at the home. You'll look through the rest of the document, sign to acknowledge. Marital status affidavit. You'll go ahead and print your full name, your full address, and when you acquired the property. If you don't know exact date, the month and year will be fine. And what your marital status was and your current marital status is today, you'll go ahead and date and sign for me, and then I'll notarize the bottom. Mortgages affidavit, just stating that all the information you provided at the time of your loan application is still true. There are no pending bankruptcies, no unpaid HOA dues, unpaid taxes, etc. You will look through the rest of the document, date, and sign for me, please. And here is where I will notarize. Affiliate Business Arrangement Disclosure Statement. Boston National is your title company. However, if you see Agents National Title Insurance Company, just know that they're affiliated with your title company, Boston National. You'll go ahead and sign a date to acknowledge. Name affidavit. It's just certifying that you are who you say you are. So you'll go and you'll sign as your name is written here, and then you'll date for me, and I'll go ahead and notarize here. And this is identity affidavit, and this is for me. So I'll fill this out and I notarize this. And that's the end of my signing. Now, all of this paper in the back comprises of directions for the person after you, closing instructions. They do also have different amortization home loans. Sometimes they need to be signed, sometimes they don't. This one doesn't have to be signed, so that's why I didn't give it. And this is the fact notice, and this is what they do with their personal information. And that's the end of my signing. And that is, I keep it simple because I know 98% of the time they've already seen these documents. I don't do a point here to sign. I don't, I give them the time to read through their documents so they don't feel pressured or rushed. It's always about the signer when they're in front of me, and I make sure everything is copacetic. And that's how I explain my documents. I don't go deep into anything that'll make me have to answer a question, and I have them set up to answer any questions they may have. I deal with the numbers first, and then we can handle everything in the back. I try to keep things cohesive. I keep my all of my tax papers together, rather having a 4506C form and then way in the back is the T. So just to keep it good for me to present. And I hope this helps somebody out. My signings take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes, depending on how many people that are signing. If there's any questions, I call whoever I need to call if they have questions. But most of the time they do pretty good, especially Penny Mac. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you need this document or any other type of loan documents, you can go on our website, northcarolinanewbie.com, and you can download this. This is a standard VA refi. And we also have new purchases. We have different type of documents, especially if you need to print. We print out of one space, and that is Adobe. I don't have split and all that. I don't do that. That's too much. So I try to keep it simple. We are having another mixer, so if you need hands-on training, we will have a mixer on the 12th. And you can also find out more information on northcarolinanewbie.com, and we'll go over how to start your notary business, hands-on training, asking any questions that you may need. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month, February, I don't know why I keep forgetting that date, February 12th. Truist will be our special guest, so we will have a member from the Truist team, and they will explain to you how to fill out Truist documents. So if you get a Truist loan document, they don't look all like this, but we do have one online, and they'll explain exactly how they want their documents filled out, so you can hear it from the horse's mouth, and also the benefits of having your business account with Truist Bank. So I look forward to seeing you guys next month on the 12th, and thank you so much for my subscribers. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. But I really hope that this helps you explain your documents and make you more comfortable and confident at your signings. All right? So until next time, guys, happy signings.